Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. As we alluded last week, we're going to be a little bit light on for runners, as we certainly were this week, but hopefully the next few weeks we'll get a few more of these horses to the races. They called off the Camperdown trials through the week. We had a truckload of horses going to Camperdown and the track was just too hard. They just couldn't get enough water into it. And then they've called off the next lot of Camperdown meeting trials as well. So interesting, because we're leading up into the Warrnambool Carnival in the next 5 weeks, and they've already called off 2 lots of trials. Now these trials normally would just be absolutely chock full of all the Warrnambool horses, so be interesting to see what happens if the Warrnambool trainers are as dominant this year, because I'll tell you, a lot of them are going to go in there probably 1 or 2 trials short. But anyway, we'll see how we go there. Let's get stuck into our runners this week. Ballabushka goes to Geelong Tuesday. Couple of things. This horse is he just came up in a really sore foot, and it took us at least a couple of weeks, and the poor bugger was that lame, but we think we got him right now. He worked up great yesterday, worked up good again this morning. He's pulled up good from the gallop, so he'll go around there. This horse, what he's been doing, he's been travelling too keen in his races, so I'm actually going to drop him right back to the 1100, where they'll probably be too quick for him, but he should relax, and that'll have him finishing off better. When he gets up on the bridle and really travels keen, he just doesn't finish off, and end of the day, he's probably a 13 or 1400 metre horse, but he's had a wind operation, and I think it's going to cost him being able to race over that. But we've done a lot of short, sharp work with him, tried to keep plenty of speed into him, and he'll go really good on Tuesday at Geelong. He'll get off the speed, and he'll be hitting line nice and hard. That's Ballabushka. Hell of a storm. I've got her in at Geelong on Tuesday. Really difficult horse. I've just got to keep the work right up to her, and so we've done that. If I give her any chance at all to back off, she just gets too fresh, and her temperament loses everything in her temperament. So I don't think I work too many horses as hard as what we work horses like her. I'm very lucky. I've got the facility here at the farm where we can bowl them up the hill here really strong every day, and can keep her temperament settled, can keep her nice and sound, and get her very fit. So she's ready to go back to the races, and she'll do that on Tuesday. That's Hell of a Storm. Boulder County, I had her in today at Bendigo in a really nice race, but there's just a couple in it that were just that much better than her, and it was probably, she's such a lightly framed little horse, we just didn't want to waste a run with her. So we took her out today. I've got her in at Geelong on Tuesday. I'll accept there tomorrow and have a look at that race. It's coming back to the 1100s, the only thing, so I might even take the pacifiers off her, and she's sort of a bounce and go sort of solid horse, but she might be able to really sustain that tough gallop over the 1100 now that she's had a couple of runs over the bit further. She just has been a bit of a higgledy-piggledy preparation. I've jumped up in distance and gone back in distance, and I just haven't been able to find the right races for her, and I really thought today was a great race for her, but there's one of Hayes's that ran second at Sandown last start, going around the maiden. So anyway, we'll take her out of today, and I'll accept on Tuesday at Geelong. We'll have a look at there. That's Boulder County. Look, I've got Bo Cougar in here at Geelong Tuesday. Now, this horse was down to trial last week, and then she was going to trial again this week, and they've called the trials off. So I'm trying to get this horse to a reasonable 3-year-old filly staying race, and I'm now sort of 2 trials behind where I need to be. So I'm going to give her a really solid gallop here at Geelong on Saturday morning. If she pulls up really, really well, I may even take it to the races first up at Geelong Tuesday and use it as a trial. It's only 1300, so it's going to be too short for her. But I just reckon my only way I'm going to be able to play catch up a little bit and get the work into her is by maybe going to the races. So I'll accept with her on Friday, but she's no good thing to run. As I said, I'm only sort of trial fit at the moment. I'm not hard race fit, but she's such a beautiful, clean-winded horse that I think I'll be able to get away with it, and then maybe jump her straight to 1600 second up. So I think that's probably going to be the quickest and easiest way of doing it, without having to flog her on the training track to try and get her fit. So that's Bo Cougar. Okay, Cat Noir goes to Geelong on Tuesday. Now, I've been running this horse in very, very strong grade, and she's been more than competitive against really good horses. I went right through all her videos of her races, and I think her 1500 metre race is just as good as her 1200 metre race. So I went through her pedigree, and her pedigree tells me she's a 2000 metre horse. She just doesn't quicken. She jumps, she leads, but she just doesn't quicken, and these sharper horses are running past her. So I'm going to step her back to the 1500, taking the gear off her. I'm going to run her in a shadow roll instead of the blinkers, and if she can just relax, she should be very, very hard to beat at Geelong on Tuesday. And then I may even go up to a mile, and we might even give her a crack at a really good quality mile or mile and a quarter 3-year-old fillies race. But it's going extremely well. I just looked at her pedigree the other day, and her pedigree just hit you in the face. That her pedigree tells you she's a mile 2,000 metre horse, and I'm running her over 12 and 1300. So it's one of those classic examples. You're either a mug or a genius, but she certainly, I think she's a pretty high quality filly, and let's see if she can get over a bit of a trip. So that's Cat Noir at Geelong on Tuesday.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. A little bit different this week. We're going to take on a little bit of a journey with a Ollie Kirk yearling that I work with closely at Melbourne Premier Sales with Fernrigg. He was probably our most popular colt. He was really sort of sharp moving, well balanced, good walking, and as you can probably see, he's going to go into a really nice horse as a 3-year-old. They passed him in. They probably didn't get the money that they wanted for him, and probably rightfully so, because I think he is going to be a really nice horse and furnish into a really nice horse sort of as the years progress. So they've decided that they want to breeze him up and see how he goes down that way, which I think is going to be a really beneficial for this horse, because I think the older he gets, the nicer the horse he's going to grow into. So you can imagine in a year's time how nice a horse he's going to be, and I think he will breeze up really well, because how well he walks and how sharp he is, and how balanced he is. I think going to a breeze up sale is a really good choice. He came home from the yearling sales. He had a little bit of surgery done, and he's come through that really well. Surgery's gone to plan. It was pretty minor what he had to have done, so that's all sort of done now. He's on box rest. He's had his box rest will sort of come up within a week, and then he'll go out into a smaller yard and then get turned out, and we'll get him broken in, and we'll give him a short spell and then bring him back in for a breeze up prep. But yeah, really nice horse. That yeah, it's going to be exciting. Sort of never really done a breeze up sort of thing, so yeah, it'd be exciting to sort of go down that path and see what that sort of holds. But yeah, really excited to do it with Fernrigg, who I work closely with. So yeah, hopefully we can have a bit of success and a bit of luck, and yeah, it might be something that we can look forward to doing more in the future.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Pretty much done and dusted now for the sales for us. I've bought a couple of really nice horses, bought some beautiful horses from New Zealand, come home from Adelaide with a couple of really high quality horses, even a really nice done deal colt that Mike Palmer bred. He put it through the sales and it didn't bring the money he wanted, so we've picked up him to train too, and he's a beautiful colt, so really excited about training him. Here's the other two boys just coming off the float here now, being the Nakoni colt and also a Tagaloa colt. Two really sort of nice sort of young colts. They look a bit dusty there coming off the float, but they're okay. And they'll probably go to the paddock now. I just think horses that come straight from the sales, they tend to be a little bit tired, so let's give them a month off in the paddock here, let them relax a bit, and then we'll head off to the breakers with them. But I don't think I've had this amount of quality young ones in the stable for a long time, so really keen to sort of see how these all break in and come through. But our 2-year-olds and yearlings in the last 2 years have just been very, very good, so I've no doubt that we'll have a great next couple of years, which is great. Couple of runners today. James and Kimberly are off to Bendigo with Melitus and Tories D. Both horses are ready to go. They'll both run really good races up there, and hopefully one of them put their head in front.
Melitus, that's going to land some good bets. They were right. Melitus wins. Tories D's coming back. Demon Blood. Tories D's got it. Tories D fought off the canvas. And
taking some really, really good chances to Geelong on Tuesday. So we should have a good week, I think. Till next week. See you later. Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. As we alluded last week, we're going to be very light on for runners for the next few weeks. He obviously wants to run.
I don't know how this is going to go. This is going to have to be short and sharp. G'day guys, welcome to